Hi everyone, it's Faith. I just want to say before I start this video, thank you so much for the response on my last video. It was really difficult to share that for a lot of reasons, but I can't believe the support that I got from it, from women chiming in to say that they experienced very similar things, and women who even said that because of it they were reconsidering how they've considered their own health. So thank you so much everyone for engaging with that, and I really do hope that I can continue to share this experience and help some of you out with reconsidering your own health and figuring out the best way to move forward for you. If you can learn from my experience, then it's worth me getting through all of the awkward, not fun parts of this and just sharing it with you. So today, I want to share some of the things that I have picked up and started implementing in order to best recover once I have my IUD removed. First, I want to share some of the supplements that I've been taking to kind of detox my body and get my hormones back in cycle. So the first thing I started taking was milk thistle. And milk thistle is a liver detoxifier. So the way that the body metabolizes hormones, especially synthetic substances and hormones, is through the liver. So your liver needs to be in really good shape in order to process all of this once it's like cycling through your body. So once I have my IUD out, I will no longer be receiving synthetic hormones and my body will need to detox from it. More specific for hormonal recovery, I'm taking Maca Root. This is for men and women, but it does support hormonal production and levels and metabolizing and also energy levels. And I've had the worst energy lately. I don't know if it's necessarily because my IUD is no longer like feeding me the hormones, because I should have had it out a while ago and I just haven't yet. I mean, I know that there's still a store of it and it doesn't just stop on the day when you should have it removed, but I'm sure it's tapering me down and my energy has been bottoming out. Not that I had great energy to begin with. DIM, do people say dim or DIM? I don't know, dim sounds gross. Is a compound found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, the hard green ones. This is from Smoky Mountain Naturals. It's a vegan supplement. It's 1 tablet once a day. That's how I prefer it because I hate taking multiple pills in a day. It is to help balance your estrogen levels. People also use this to balance their skin if you have cystic acne. This is Evening Primrose Oil. It is a vegan brand. This is from Deva. I do believe Deva is entirely vegan. So Evening Primrose Oil you take to regulate your cervical fluid. And cervical fluid plays a really big part in birth control. So for charters and people who do the fertility awareness method or natural family planning, cervical fluid is one of the measurement milestones. So like you wake up, you take your temperature and you check your cervical fluid, and the texture and quality of that fluid will tell you how fertile you are during the day. Mirena, specifically hormonal IUDs, mess with your cervical fluid quality. The reason that it does this is because it specifically works to thicken the cervical fluid in order to keep sperm from the cervix. It makes it a really inhospitable environment and just makes it sticky and mucky and gross. So that's not gonna work if you want to know your fertility cycles. Evening Primrose Oil helps to produce good cervical fluid. It sounds gross, I know it sounds repulsive, but you know what? We all have bodies that have fluids, and cervical fluid, if you have a cervix, is one of your fluids. The other thing is Vitex Berry. You will find a lot of information on this online, people warning you that this is really strong stuff and not to take it lightly, and I agree, and therefore I have not taken this yet. But I have it on hand. I actually have 2 bottles of it on hand to start taking after I take the IUD out in case my cycles don't return as they should. And what Vitex Berry does, also known as chaste tree berry, is helps amp your natural progesterone production and keeps you from a lot of problems that people associate with progesterone deficiency. So like painful periods, a short luteal phase. You will also see videos of people using it for hormonal acne and hair loss. Can't pretend that's not really appealing to me, but I do want to see what my body does on its own before I jump into taking a serious supplement. I do have it on hand though. So the other things I have are things that I'm doing and collecting specifically to prepare for the return of my cycle. So those are the things that I'm hoping will return my cycle. The rest are things for like after my cycle returns. And I'm a big believer in putting something out there and it will happen. So all my fingers crossed, my cycle will return with absolutely no problems whatsoever. So first thing I got was a basal body temperature thermometer, and this is a really precise thermometer. You use this to chart your cycles. If you are using the fertility awareness method, like I said, first thing you do when you wake up, you pop the thermometer in your mouth, and this one is great because it does beep. It has beep cues on it, so I can be half asleep and know when to take it out of my mouth or when to put it in my mouth. So you hold the little button, it beeps to show you that it is on, and it measures to a really precise, what is it, the 2 decimal points is 100th, 10th? I was in school a long time ago. And it gives you 3 beeps when it is done taking your temperature. Because it's so precise, it does take a good minute to register the temperature. You take it out of your mouth, you write it down, and there you go. This was like $15 on Amazon, and I'm going to provide links in the description below for all of the things I am talking about today, as well as discount codes where I do have them. After I got that, I started thinking, and I did a lot of reading, and you need to wake up at the same time every day to take your temperature. And I am the worst sleeper. I'm up like 3 times at least during the night, and like I just don't sleep through, and that messes with your temperatures. I found out about this. This is the Temp Drop, and it is a wearable thermometer. So you wear this all night. It has a little button on it. You just press the button and it snaps into like this armband. You have to be careful because the frame is really delicate, and a lot of women say that they've already broken a couple of them, but the company does send a replacement if you break it. Their support has been pretty good so far. They have a great Facebook group. So you wear this around your arm. The armband is really adjustable. It's pretty stretchy. It's like a bra strap. It's a little difficult to like hook on yourself, just like unwieldy, but it works. So you wear this all night, you wake up, it syncs to your phone via Bluetooth, and it's great. It automatically logs all your temperatures. It does take about 30 days for the algorithm to know what temperature to look at, but if you have an Android phone, it will auto sync to the OvuView app. After 30 days, it will go back and readjust all of your temperatures. If you are like me and you are using the Kundera app, which is my favorite charting app, Kundera looks like this. You can see all your temperatures as well as any like things you want to log that will help you remember why your temperature and cervical fluid might be different. If you're like me and you manually enter those things, then you're gonna have to go back and re-enter your temperatures just so your chart's not all over the place. I'm not that worried about it right now because, like I said, my cycle isn't normal, so if my first few charts look a little weird, I don't really mind. I will figure the algorithm out and I will figure out my cycles as I get this thing out. So the next things I got are to prepare for the return of my menstrual cycle, specifically my period. And I used to be a tampon wearer, but tampons are super, super toxic, most of them at least. I know that there are like organic cotton versions of those things, but for the most part they have bleach in them, they have preservatives in them. They're also just really expensive, and who wants to buy a box of toxic, expensive things like every single time? So I got this. This is the Salt Cup. I specifically got this one for a bunch of reasons. They seem to be a great company, and also, I'm gonna open it here. The stem is really long, and for someone like me who has a fairly high set cervix, that's really great to know that I will be able to find it. It's also super flexible. So I was a little afraid that some of the stiffer cups would be uncomfortable. This does, by the way, come in 2 different sizes. This is the regular size, which is for higher cervixes as well as heavier flows. But there is a small size, so if you have a lighter flow or a lower cervix, then you have an option. It comes with a carrying bag, which I will be, once I sterilize this, I will be boiling this. I will just pop it in there and take it with me, so I'm never without it. And they also give you a lot of information, like Cup 101 pamphlets inside here, different ways to fold it, to put it in, different ways to clean it. And they also give you a pamphlet about all of the ways that they give back, how they donate to women who are in need of period care. And I thought this was super cool and really nice. They give you a picture of girls that you're helping with your purchase and how they give back. I also got all of these. These are things. I remember their Subway campaign a couple years ago and thinking, how do they make panties that you don't just bleed through? Because I was a bleed througher. I picked up some, and I think they're super, super cool because you can't tell, like, at all. They just look like panties, and like, you can hear that there's something going on there, but like, you can't feel it. Like, it doesn't look like there's a pad in there. Okay, so sorry for the change in everything. My camera just died, and I had to put my memory card into a different camera. So lighting, angle, everything is different now. Anyway, so I picked up a couple pairs. They do seem to run a little bit big. Like, I ordered the size I would normally wear in pants, and they just seem like really big. So I might order a couple other pairs, and like keep like the bigger ones. Like these, this is the cheeky style. These supposedly hold a tampon and a half, which for people with supposedly like an average flow lasts about 8 hours. So like, I'll sleep in them. That's cool. I also got these are the thong, which are super cute. Like, look at that waistband. Like, that's really adorable. And like, the whole thing is basically, you can hear the tech in it. So that's really great, and I've heard a lot of people say this holds about a half a tampon, so they're great for days when you're kind of spotting, or you're not sure if your period's going to start, or your period's over yet, and you have somewhere to go, something to do, and just want to be comfortable. So that's great. I'm really excited about these. I'm going to put a coupon code down below that gets you $10 off a purchase. I also have $10 off of the Temp Drop. I will also put that code below, and everything else that I talked about you can find in the description box with all of the info that you need and where to get discounts if I have that information. So my procedure is scheduled for next week. I'm gonna do it, like I said, do some vlogging about that. But I think I'm ready. I think I've got all the stuff I could possibly think of to get. Thank you again, guys, so much for just kind of being there for this process, and I hope that this is helping some of you with your own processes. I am going to continue to document this throughout my journey. I will be making more spirituality and witchcraft videos, So stay tuned for those as well. You can subscribe for more content like this. I have a feeling a lot of it will be coming up because this is definitely heavy on my mind right now, but also for videos on astrology and tarot and magic and witchcraft and all the other things that I've done in the past. I will continue doing those, and I do have some witchy book reviews for you coming up. I'm just kind of like swamped with this right now, but those are coming, I promise. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.